So as nerds, I know, especially X-Men nerds, we've thought about what does it look like for the mutants to appear in live action MCU. I'm Brian Coleman and this is CarefreeBlackNerd B-Sides. So I've been thinking about this, much like the rest of the world, I'm sure. And with the Krakoa era ending, the start of it, I think, had us thinking that there was going to be the blueprint for the X-Men. And I think that's a good consideration. But now that we've had several years of this Krakoan era, and then of course we see how Disney and Marvel and the rest of the Hollywood machine is operating, I don't know that that would be the case. So in my head, I'm thinking like, what makes the most sense? You want to appeal to people with already existing properties. You want to appeal to them with things that don't have them think or work too hard. The original 5 X-Men are just that. We've already got the Fox movies that set up X-Men in the larger general zeitgeist. I don't know. But because comic books movies are so divisive and you have all these back and forth from different factions of people, it to me makes most sense that you just start off with the original 5 who are just stand-ins for civil rights folks. Like, silly as it is, but to me, I'm like, if I'm Kevin, I think that makes sense. I would say have them go up against the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, but make sure that there's a clear distinction in like, we're going against each other and not necessarily the world that hates and fears them. Make the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, I don't want to say ugly, but I would say very different. Like, if you have the original 5 X-Men being very waspy, very white, very like, go with that 60s feel that you got from First Class. Give them those tweed jackets, that preppy dark academia aesthetic, and then have the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants more or less a grungy, beatnik, off the beaten path sort of look. Have that be your first movie. Have the Magneto and Charles stuff, but it doesn't have to focus on the world that hates and fears them. Because I think like with Batman and the Pearls and Crime Alley, we already know what we're getting with that. Even if you just learned about X-Men in the early 2000s with the movies, you still understand that there is this world that hates and fears them thing that's set up. The other thing I think is you're probably going to hit about 3 or 4 movies that are kind of rehashing past storylines where we do not get the Dark Phoenix saga. So you get the original 5, you get that first Magneto battle, change it a little bit, and then I say you just move the heck on. Now, I would say about 4 or 5 movies, maybe 3 series, and I would maybe end the original 5 versus Brotherhood movie with either like everybody off in the sunset, having whatever, everything works out, or have the next whatever in continuity is going on, be it an Avengers thing, be it a whatever the phase is at that time. Make it so that the X-Men are sort of involved and they die off screen. That way, then you get the second movie, which would be the giant-sized X-Men. In that case, you have Professor. Then we get the Mutant Massacre. You think that's what it is, but it's actually the next movie. Boom, the Phalanx Covenant. So I say that because I want the technarchy and all that other stuff, and you know, some of what we got with Douglock and whatever, all this shit from the New Mutants and all that. I want that to lead up to this so that we can introduce Generation X. Like, I want the Phalanx Covenant to either be a 2-part big ass fucking Avengers Endgame style. Like, that was the race to find the new generation of mutants, because these motherfuckers was trying to wipe out the whole goddamn world.